Alright. How did you start the last one off?
Hello, welcome to the jgwicki show at the studio. I'm your host.
Alright, cool. I got it. Hello, friends and neighbors. Welcome to the jgwicki show. I'm your guest host, Jared Schaedle. Tonight, what do I say after that? I'm just gonna bowl. We're almost ready here. Wicki show. I'm your guest host, Jared Schaedle, and tonight we got a flip surprise for you. Tonight I'm gonna be interviewing the one and only jgwicki. That's right, Joshua Wickheiser. Plus we got a whole bunch of other cool stuff coming up. I'm gonna announce all kinds of show dates, and we got a musical guest. That's a surprise though. And anyway, we hope you enjoy the show tonight.
Should I come over here?
Cut.
Yeah.
Be like, go over there. I got something. It'll fade into this.
Yes.
Y'all want to order a pizza? I'll pay for it. We got a great show tonight, and I do want to say it is a pleasure to be guest hosting this show. It's something I've wanted to do, and it's something Josh has let me do by the grace of his heart. And anyway, we're going to get to all this other important stuff. The most important thing first. Our guest, the one and only owner of this studio, the Dick. That's not an insult, you fascist. Said from the first thing.
You got to
Fuck it, we're just gonna splice it and cut it. And
Okay.
He's done a lot of great things for a lot of great local musicians. He's put up with me, which is more than. It'll be a good show. All right, hey, whoa, get out of my shot. Get out of my shot. Yes, he's put up with me, which is more than I can even explain in words, if you know me. Anyway, we're gonna get to some important stuff. Without further ado, Joshua motherfucking Wickheiser. And then all of a sudden, boom, he's just in the chair out of nowhere. Alright.
Can we do that? Is that alright?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I got some chicken nuggets in my car, but they're probably cold by now. The last thing I said was, they're probably cold by now. Joshua motherfucking Wickheiser.
Oh, and then
boom, you're in the chair, like. So Josh, man, how's it feel to be on the other side of the court?
I like it over here.
Playing defense
It's fun.
tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yep.
I'm
Well,
not
hey,
behind the table.
thanks for letting me host the show, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely, anytime, dude. This
Dream
is
come
great.
true.
If you can get some cool people to come in here and interview, besides like Jared Schaedle and Pat Who.
Well, we're getting to that. You know, the show's on its, it's.
Last leg. Sorry.
I was gonna say launching pad.
It is. It's gonna catapult soon.
Yeah, we're gonna get famous, and
Well, I'm gonna get famous. You're already famous, and you're gonna make me famous.
I'm famous to about what 20 people,
I mean, that's.
and it's hard to get them all at the
It's
same
a small
show
town.
at the same time.
It's a small. Cincinnati's not that big, dude.
Josh, I want to ask you, man, how did you get into audio and visual capturing?
I guess back in 2011, I started working with Aaron Hedrick a little bit. As far as he'd give me some files of MP3s he'd record at shows, and I'd cut those up for him, and used to do that.
Right on.
And go to his show with that.
Then how long was that before we all met at Haft's?
It was probably about 2 years before that. Yeah. About when I
Haft's-
started school. But yeah.
2 years before that.
Yeah.
Haft's is in
So, yeah.
Haft's is in Bright, Indiana. If you look it up on Google Maps, it's gonna say Lawrenceburg, but it's in Bright,
Oh,
and it's a good place.
it's right up State Line Road.
That's where we all hooked up.
Yeah, he don't know what hooked up means, okay? But yeah, Haps was fun. Aaron would have open mics, and I'd go up there and I'd record off of his board, and just get a feed of the mix he was doing, and then get some video of people, and I'd put stuff up on YouTube, and
Right
the
on.
same way that
I remember when I first met you, you were just using this microphone here, and that was it.
Yeah, and a feed off.
That
the
was
board.
it. And
That's the only one I
now,
owned.
and now, how many microphones would you say you own?
I got about 24 microphones now, I'd say. I microphone a lot, so I have a lot of them. It's really
No, but what I'm
it's
getting
one of my
at,
specialties.
what I'm getting at is you've come a long way since this one lone microphone.
Oh yeah, I bought that microphone at the pawn shop down the street.
These nobody bands at this nowhere open mic. You know, I mean, you have put out.
Yeah.
I mean, your hand is in how many albums now? You have Rob McAllister, Dead Man String
I
Band.
worked with like 5 or 6 acts, maybe at least.
Hootown
that have
Holler.
CDs out. Chad Caudell had a CD out. It was a little demo CD.
Chad Caudell.
Like 4 or 5 tracks.
You've helped me out a bunch.
Cincinnati, I don't know if you said Cincinnati Folk Singer. And
Cincinnati
Willow
Folk
Tree.
Singer.
I did some Common Center stuff out of their warehouse last
Right.
year, or 2 years ago.
Well, as
maybe.
far as like full length albums.
Oh, yeah, just Cincinnati Folk Singer, Rob McAllister, Willow Tree Carolers, and Hootown Holler.
And Hootown Holler.
I think it's pretty much the 4. And yeah, there's a couple more in the workings as far as full length.
Cut. Tell me about your road work. That was with a famous name.
Yeah,
wasn't
I was on the road with Wade Jennings for a few of the legs of his 2015 tour.
it? Wade Jennings.
Yep.
So tell me about the Wade Jennings band, Josh.
It's Wade Jennings and the Unwanted, so it's Wade Jennings, and then the Unwanted it's Nick Giese on guitar. Nick's badass, you know Nick. And it's,
do know Nick.
Mark Stacy White on drums, and he's Jack Stephen Dempsey.
Navajo Nation.
Yep, Navajo Nation, New Mexico. He's a badass on the bass, and he holds it down real tight for everybody. It's real fun to be out
He's a
there
good,
with him too.
soft-spoken guy.
Yep, he's from out there in Newcomb,
Nuke 'em.
Newcomb, New Mexico.
Nuke 'em fuckers.
Yep. What's your favorite video game, Jack? Duke Nukem.
So where all over the country have you been with the Unwanted band?
We started the first time we went up to we drove up to Niagara, took a helicopter ride over the falls, and
Right on.
did a show, and then we came back through and we hit a private party. I didn't even have to run sound for it. It was just up in the mountains of the Adirondacks, and we came back down west of Cleveland and did a show for a birthday party out in the backyard for some people out there. It was really nice.
And you went out west too, didn't you?
We went out to White Oaks, New Mexico, and Sweetwater, Texas.
Sweetwater,
We went to
Texas.
Buck's Barbecue Live. It's a big old pole barn, but there's like 2 bars, 4-foot stage. Great system for the DJ too.
Our compliments to those in Sweetwater, Texas.
Yeah. And also the people in White Oaks at the No Scum Allowed Saloon. Wonderful host, great audience. They were square dancing all night long. It was amazing.
Really?
That's where Billy the Kid hung out.
Billy the Kid?
He had gotten some
The
shootouts
real
there,
one.
and he was on the Lamb Run from the Law there and hid out.
Shit.
It's pretty badass. A big old picture of him, but yeah, it was really cool. There's a big old buffalo head on the wall and shit.
Nice.
It was a great little place, but it was just like in the middle of nowhere. There's like a church and a school, and then it's just like hills spotted with like cactus. And
Right.
It was crazy.
I've never been to the real desert. I've always wanted to go.
It's pretty nice.
I've been
out
to
there.
Texas. I ain't never been to the desert.
I'll
though.
have to show you some of my.
Please, and would you get me a bottle? I have a bottle of water. Actually. Yeah. All right.
And I run sound for a 9-piece funk jazz band it's the Clyde Brown Band.
That was,
Yeah.
I'm about to get to Clyde Brown here.
Oh, okay. Hey, folks.
Action.
How you doing
Action.
on the show?
I could use a cigarette. Action. All right.
We can cut and let it charge for a little bit.
Well, tell me a little bit about the Clyde Brown Band.
It's a 9-piece, and they have a big horn section. It's a trombone, trumpet, saxophone.
So it's jazz music.
It's jazz
All
and
right.
funk and they do top 40 covers, and they have originals and stuff. they
How
do.
long you known Clyde?
About maybe a year now I've known Clyde.
And
I've
that's how
probably
long
been
you've
working
been-
with him for about 6 months maybe.
Okay.
I saw him at Wonder Bars where I met him when he came down there.
Yeah.
He was looking for a sound guy, I think, that's why he came down there.
So, like, what kind of venues does Clyde usually play?
He plays great venues. Like
We're gonna have to throw up a picture of that
I'll
last
show a couple.
one.
Yeah, the Duke Energy Center was amazing. That's where it was last time. It's usually weddings. They're pretty extravagant. The Cincinnati Country Club. We've done the Louisville Country Club. The Masonic Temple up in Dayton. That was really fancy, really nice. A mansion and
What So let's talk about the bands you record, man. Like,
Aaron Hedrick comes over every Monday,
okay,
and we record. We usually track on either start something new or work on some tracks he already has. We either mix or he'll bring over some musicians. I really like him coming over because he brings over a variety of people.
So he will have an album coming out.
Yeah,
right.
he should have one soon. Yeah.
I think I'm actually gonna play bass on a song.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, congratulations. That'll be
Thank
fun.
you. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, I've talked to him about that and get you scheduled.
Well, who else?
Hootown Holler's a lot of fun. I get Pat Who. I probably record Pat Who like 2 or 3 times a month just for archive or for rehearsal purposes.
All right, kind of like what me and you was doing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd like for you to come over more. You need to come over at least once a month.
Yeah, if you didn't catch it from the last show, what was it? We did how many songs and how many hours?
Yeah.
And then the next time I come over, we got one song and the same amount of hours.
Right, yeah. Well, what we need to do is spend a good day here and get a couple things worked on.
Right on.
Spend a couple solid days and get somewhere.
Yeah, I know the Willow
Like,
Tree.
really?
The Willow Tree carolers have done some work over here.
They mostly done videos out of here. We did their album at the Red River Gorge earlier this year, and then they've been coming over here for rehearsal, and I'll videotape and record it. And
why don't you tell us a little bit about that trip, about the Red River Gorge trip?
Yeah, it was great. I'd never been to the Red River Gorge before, and so I was really excited to get to go there. And I just sat in a cabin for a couple of days and hung out with the band and just set up in the living room. And then some of the rooms, we put mics in the rooms for the drums, and we had a vocal room and put the other stuff in elsewhere. It turned out great. Yeah. I love you, Moose.
So your bread and butter to start out with always was live recordings.
Yeah, that's where I've just been going and doing live recordings that can run live sound for that, or I'd run get a feed from the board and just mess with those.
Well, I think Wonder Bar was always a good center point for you.
Oh yeah, ever since we've had the Sunday
like we
open
talked
mic.
about earlier, it was Haft's, which was then Haft's top of the line, doing your thing at Wonder Bar. And so, what are some of your favorite venues to do live recordings at?
I've really done some of my best work as far as out in the field at Wonder Bar. Probably is where I've probably done some of the best stuff. I went there at the open mic.
That's been home base for a while, ain't it?
Yep, I spent probably about a year or so running the open mics off of my PreSonus board I use now in the studio for recording and everything.
What was the brand name on that again?
It's a PreSonus 1602.
PreSonus.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit that out for product placement. I don't want them suing me.
Actually, they'd probably like that.
They probably will. Yeah, but this is all. Most of my stuff's recorded on the X-Max preamps on the PreSonus, so studio live set.
All right.
And I got a little Focusrite Scarlett that I use sometimes if I need that couple extra channels or something.
Right on.
Yeah, have a lot of fun in here.
And so,
this is interesting.
This studio here, what do you call this place?
I call it the studio. I don't really have a name for it. There's a couple names for it. It's called the mail room. It's called the pouch house. It's called the pimp house.
Folks, if you don't understand why he's calling it the mail pouch house and all that,
I'll throw up a picture of the mail pouch
throw up
wall.
a picture of the wall. That's a historic wall right there.
It is. They don't advertise tobacco
If
anymore.
you've driven through rural America, you know all about this.
It is pretty cool. Everybody loves it. The Southgate House Revival Room was a lot of fun for the Dead Man String Band CD release. It was cool to have. I was able to put cameras on each side of the stage, and I was able to get a good feed from a multi-track from the board, using their inserts. So that was really cool. I was able to get good signals, and since there was a sound guy there already, I could focus on getting some good video footage and some pictures and stuff.
Yeah. And how long have you been running stuff out of here?
Yeah, I guess I've been managing it for about 6 months now.
6 months.
And just do engineering and everything. Well, Wonder Bar is great to record in. I have a lot of fun there. I've probably done some of my best work out of there.
Yeah. Wonder Bar's always got something going. If you only been to Wonder Bar, you really need to check it out. Great food. Great
We do this
music.
every time on here. We talk about Wonder Bar for like 5 minutes.
Hey,
how
I
great
will
it is.
kiss Wonder Bar's ass all day long.
Oh, hi guys. How you doing, Wonder Bar? We love you.
All right.
Fine.
I gotta pee. So folks, there has been a whole lot going on in the local music scene lately. For one thing, it is that time of year where everyone's voting on the Cincinnati Entertainment Awards, aka the CEAs. We got a lot of great buddies who are up for that, you know. Vote what you will, you know. I want to throw a shout out to Dan Van Vechten, Wonky Tonk, and I think is the Price of Hustle up for something.
Who's that?
And
Willow Tree Carolers are up for an award.
what are they up for?
Folk and bluegrass.
Carolers up for one.
And Jasmine's up for about 4 or 5. She got Best Video Artist of the Year.
Jasmine, that's Wonky Tonk,
yeah, Wonky
by the
Tonk,
way.
yeah.
Jasmine Poole.
And Dan Van Vechten. I don't know what is it, Americana or something? Probably. I don't know what is.
I think he was up for Best Songwriter.
Oh yeah, singer songwriter. Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations to everybody who was nominated. Yeah. It's an honor to be considered. Really. Like, congratulations, guys. Tom, motherfucker. Please support local music and go out there and see some badass musicians.
No, say that again.
There's really some great local talent out there.
Say it again.
Shut the I'd like to thank Jared Schaedle for coming out and putting me on the spot like that. It was kind of fun. We really enjoyed it. So I guess I'll find out later if you guys liked it. Just want to let you guys know that every week on Sunday you can go to Wonder Bar and see the Open Jam hosted by Aaron Hedrick. And on Tuesdays you can go to the Open Mic hosted by Sean Guile of the Tillers at the Crow's Nest. Now, on Wednesday, as always, HD Beans with Nick Geesey. Go up there and get you some of that goose juice, you know. Feeling a little loose. He'll also just pick apart that guitar. Hey Nick, why don't you bring Billy Gant down here and do a little video over here in front of the brick wall? Huh? That sound like a good idea? Every Thursday at Wonder Bar they have karaoke. Pff, who knew? All right, here's a video coming up, and it's going to be Willow Tree Carolers playing a song from when they were here the other day, and it's really always a pleasure to have them in the studio, and they're a big bunch of guys. Go out and see them at a show sometime, buy their CD, and have a good night. Thanks a lot. Enjoy the show.
Stacking Stones. If it's the booze that I drink or the drugs that I do, I would give it all up to be stacking stones with you.
Thanks a lot for watching, and come see this sometime. Maybe I'll actually have another cat next time, and hopefully I get that out. So hopefully you enjoyed the music and everything that's happening around here. If you ever want to check out anything, just give me a call. Email me at jgwicki@icloud.com. You can call me at 812-532-0246. You can send me a text. Just make sure I know who it is, because I get sometimes and I don't respond to them because it just says, how do I know you? And I'm like, I'm not responding to that. That doesn't sound safe. So go out there, check out the Poor Indiana Man Production Facebook page. Check out my website on Wix. It's got some dates on there if you need to book, or where I'm going to be maybe, and some of the recent work we've been doing out of here, which is always spectacular because there's such great talent in Cincinnati. And I'd love to see some more Lawrenceburg folks in here and Hoosiers come down and do some work. So just keep your ears open for some good tunes and send them my way. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. You have a good day. I appreciate you listening. And just so you know, you all make this possible.